name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my vlog sharing the free patterns and some fabric in my stash as part of the SewFrugal22 challenge, which is being run by Sam and Ruan. I will talk a little bit more in detail about that challenge in a second, but first of all I thought I'd let you know what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a Friday Pattern Company sagebrush top in this gorgeous Liberty Tana Lawn that I got from Abercorn Fabrics. I love the sagebrush. It's got this gorgeous ruffle and the puff sleeves, and then I've got it on with my Jennifer Lauren handmade Bastion culottes made in this gorgeous chambray fabric that I got from Felicity Fabrics. Got buttons down here, lovely deep pockets. They're super wide and voluminous. I absolutely love them. So I've just got my sagebrush tucked in and it's the same at the back. We've got a little bit of sunshine today, so I've dressed for the warm sunny weather. So that's what I'm wearing. I'll put pictures in of things that I'm talking about as I go along, and that will be the same for the patterns that I talk about today. So today's video is going to be me sharing some patterns and fabrics as part of the SewFrugal22 challenge, which is being run by the lovely Sam and Ruan. I took part last year and it was really enjoyable, and then this year they're running the same challenge throughout the month of March. So I've got some information about the challenge, and then I've picked 8 free patterns to talk to you about, which I'll link in the description below, and then I've just got some fabrics that I think would work really well with the patterns. And then at the end I'll share what I think I'm probably going to make, which pattern I'm going to go for and which fabric I'm going to go for. So it's a challenge that was set up by Sam, who is Frugalissima, and then Ruan, who is the Yorkshire Sew Girl. I've got my notebook in front of me. I don't want to say anybody's names wrong or get any information muddled. So if I keep glancing down, that's why. So the premise behind it this year is they've widened it. So last year it was frugal frocks, so you had to pick a free dress pattern. This year it's a garment pattern. They're encouraging us to make sort of clothing, but you can make accessories as well. So there are 4 stages to the challenge. The first one is choose a free pattern, and it's a pattern for any garment. So I've got a mixture of things to share with you today. And then choose some fabric from your stash. And I've really enjoyed going through my stash and digging out some digging out some fabrics. Then throughout the month of March, you need to sew up your garment. If you want to share sneak peeks of your garment, there's a hashtag which is SewFrugalWhip. So SewFrugal22 on the end. And then there's a reveal date, which is the 31st of March. Sam and Ruan have been sharing all of the lovely sponsors and the prizes. There are prizes that will be sort of chosen at random, which is always exciting with these sorts of challenges. And then yes, the reveal date is the 31st of March, so the end of March. You need to use the hashtag SewFrugal22, and then you also need to make sure that you sort of tag Sam and Ruan in your reveal date image, and then they would also like us to make sure that we put on there where in the world we actually are, because that will help. So you need to make sure that you tag them both. Share a photo on the 31st of March of your finished project, use the hashtag SewFrugal22, and then just put in the description where in the world you are. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's reveals on the 31st of March. I haven't actually started my project yet because I still haven't really fully decided what I'm going to go for. There's quite a few challenges over on Instagram at the moment. This is one of them. There's also Sew Recreate the Look, which is going on. I talked about that in my Sunday Sewing Catch Up last weekend. And then there's also Sew Yellow for Endo. So I have got a couple of yellow pieces of fabric, so I'm hoping to try and tie these 2 challenges together. So the Sew Yellow for Endo is a challenge set up by the lovely Jess over on Instagram, who is Sew What If I Sew. And she's sort of highlighting endometriosis. There's been lots of Instagram lives, and Jess is working incredibly hard just to make everybody more aware of endometriosis and what that means for anybody that suffers from it. And we are being encouraged to sew something yellow or partially yellow and share that over on Instagram, and the reveal date for Sew Yellow for Endo is the 26th of March. I'll link Jess down below so you can go and check that out as well. But I've got a couple of yellow pieces of fabric which I'm hoping to try and tie in with my SewFrugal22 challenge as well. So yeah, I've said lots and lots of prizes. Make sure that you tag Sam and Ruan in your final make on the 31st of March. And there's been loads of YouTube vloggers sharing lots of free patterns and fabrics from their stash and providing a whole host of inspiration. So I will link down below the vloggers that came before me, so yesterday's vloggers, and there's 2 of us today, and then the 2 vloggers that are going to be bringing out their videos tomorrow. I'll put in some information now listing all of the vloggers, but there's been absolutely loads. I think there was over 70 of us taking part in this, which is amazing. So do go and check them out because there's so much inspiration over on all of those YouTube channels. So yesterday it was Lost My Thread and My Social Thread. So do go and check out their videos. And then today it's me and Knots and Needles as well. So do go and check out that video. And then tomorrow, where have I put it? And then tomorrow's vloggers are Sew for Serenity and Sew Small. So I'll make sure I tag them down below in the description so you can go and watch their videos as well. But it's been really enjoyable watching all of the videos. So I have got a selection of fabric and I've got 8 patterns that I'd like to talk to you about. A mixture of tops, I've got a coat pattern, I've got a trouser pattern, I've got some children's patterns that I love sewing up, and I've got I've got 2 friends that have just had babies actually, so I'm going to get making some baby clothes for them, and that could be part of my SewFrugal entry because I've got lots of offcuts of jersey that I'd quite like to use to make some little jumpers or little hats and little trousers, so I'm going to talk about that as well. I don't have any of the patterns in front of me, but I have got images of them and I've got line drawings and I've got all of the information about the patterns in my little notebook here. So I will be looking down when I share information about all of the free patterns. I will link them all in the description as well. So the first pattern I wanted to talk about is from Peppermint magazine, and it's the Peppermint wrap top. It's this really gorgeous wrap top that's got this lovely, the ties that come around the front and create a little bow. I just absolutely love everything about this top. I really love wrap tops. I think they suit my frame really nicely. And I've got a couple of pieces of linen and cotton poplin, which I think would work really nicely for this top. So it's a simple trans-seasonal piece, so I think it would work for spring, summertime. You could definitely put a turtleneck on underneath and layer it up for the winter as well. You get A4 and US patterns to print, and it also comes in an AO version as well, so you can send it off to get copy shop printed, which I love that about free patterns. So it's a cropped wrap top, and then you've got the option for 3/4 length sleeves. I think it would be quite easy to lengthen the sleeves as well if you wanted full length sleeves. I think it would be also quite straightforward to widen the sleeve and then create a little elastic casing, because on the actual pattern the sort of end of the sleeve isn't sort of gathered into your wrist, it's just open, but I think you would definitely be able to hack it to add a little bit of elastic just to make it close on your wrist if that's something that you wanted to do. It comes in sizes A to J. So for a size A, it's a high bust measurement of 28 inches, a bust measurement of 29 7/8 of an inch, and a waist measurement of 24 inches. And then for a J, it's 49 5/8 of an inch high bust measurement, 51 5/8 of an inch bust measurement, and 45 5/8 of an inch waist measurement. You do need, so just a point to note, you do need to make sure that your fabric is 150 centimetres wide, and that's because of the sleeves on the top. Fabric recommendations, they recommend cotton, linen, viscose, rayon, chambray, silk, so lightweight fabrics. So the fabric that I was thinking of is this fabric that I got from Hey Sew Sister. I've had it in my stash for, I don't think it's been in my stash for a year. I think I bought this in the autumn and I wasn't quite sure what to turn it into. And I've got 1.5 meters of this, so I think I've got enough, and it does look quite wide. I think it is I don't think it's just a linen. It's got sort of a crinkly texture to it. I can't remember the exact composition of this. But I love that rust colourway, and it's got all these sort of scribbled hearts all over it, and I think this would work beautifully. I could see it looking really lovely as like a wrap top. Yeah, I think it would work nicely, and I think there's a little bit of drape. Maybe it was a viscose linen. There's a little bit of drape to it, not a huge amount, but I think this would work really nicely as a wrap top. So that's my first fabric that I'm thinking to go with the peppermint wrap top. I've seen some beautiful versions over on Instagram, and it'd be really nice to get this fabric out of my stash and turned into a wearable garment. And I think this would work really nicely for the spring, summer as well. So that's the first fabric that I'm thinking of, and that's the first pattern that I'm also thinking of. and I just love the shape of the wrap top. And I haven't sewn any wrap tops. I've sewn a lot of wrap dresses, but I haven't done any wrap tops. So I think it'd be a really interesting experience to sew up a wrap top. Maybe pair it with some of my culottes or some of my jeans. So yeah, that's the first pattern that I'm thinking of. And then the second one is a knit pattern, and it's the Uvita top by Itch to Stitch. Now I haven't sewn up any of Itch to Stitch patterns before. It's a relaxed fit dropped shoulder top, aimed at just creating a top that's got maximum comfort and style. It's got long sleeves or 3/4 length sleeves. Comes in 00 to size 20. And they recommend 2 or 4-way stretch fabrics with 25% or 50% horizontal stretch, like French terry, cotton, lycra, jersey, double brushed poly. So in terms of sizes, a 00 is a bust measurement of 31 1/8 of an inch, a waist measurement of 25 3/8 of an inch, and a hip measurement of 33 1/8 of an inch. And then for a size 20, 46 1/4 inch bust measurement, 40 1/2 inch waist measurement, and 48 1/4 inch hip measurement. It looks like a really nice cozy sort of, it looks like quite a long top. It looks like it stops sort of on the hip, and I really like that you can do 3/4 length or you can do full length. So the fabric that I was thinking of, I've got this green sort of rib knit fabric. It's quite a slinky fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. I absolutely love green. It's quite a lightweight jersey, so I think this would again create quite a transitional piece from spring into summer, because the spring weather sometimes it looks gorgeous like it is today. It's beautiful sunshine, but it is a little bit chilly because we've got that wind that makes it just a little bit chilly. So I think using this gorgeous fabric, really drapey, to make a 3/4 length sort of jersey top using the Itch to Stitch pattern. It's got that gorgeous texture that you get from a rib knit fabric as well. And I've got enough of this to make a 3/4 length top. So that was the second pattern that I was thinking of, and that was the Uvita top by Itch to Stitch, so UVITA, and I'll link that down below. So quite autumnal colours actually that I'm thinking of at the moment, with the rust and the hearts and this forest green rib knit. And then the next pattern that I wanted to talk about is a trouser pattern. Again, it's from Peppermint Magazine. Quite a few of my patterns are from Peppermint Magazine. And it's a wide leg pants pattern. High-waisted pants with a fly front, button closure and shaped waistband. It's got back darts and curved pockets. It's fitted around the waist and the hips, and it's slightly cropped. So I feel like this is a perfect pattern for springtime. So I have actually got a brushed cotton fabric, and this is a fabric that I want to use for the Sew Yellow for Endo challenge as well. It's quite a lightweight brushed cotton, so although it's brushed, which makes you think it's going to be super warm, it is quite a lightweight fabric. If you've watched my videos before, you will have seen me talk about this fabric because I'm using it for the Sew Recreate the Look as well. So I wonder how many challenges I can use this fabric for. That would be 3 if I use it for the Sew Frugal, the Sew Yellow for Endo, and the Sew Recreate the Look. I'm trying to make different garments. So this is the fabric. It's a brushed sort of fabric. It's a brushed cotton from Abercorn Fabrics. It's got flowers all over it and sort of a mustard background. But like I said, it is quite a lightweight fabric, so I think it would work really nicely for a pair of high-waisted cropped trousers for springtime, just with a turtleneck or a blouse like the sagebrush tucked into it. So this is what it looks like when it's open, and it has got a load of drape. It's absolutely beautiful. There's no stretch to it, so it's perfect for that pattern as well. I just love that colour with all of the flowers all over it, and I think it would make a really lovely pair of cropped spring trousers. And I've made a couple of pairs of trousers that require a zip fly or a button fly, so I feel a little bit more confident at tackling that. In terms of fabrics, they recommend medium to heavy bottom weight fabric. So I would say this is more of a medium lightweight fabric, but I think it would still work for that pattern. I think I'd just maybe have to interface a few pattern pieces that they don't recommend you interface, just because of the lightweight sort of nature of the fabric. They recommend cotton twill, linen, corduroy and denim. So linen can be quite lightweight. This reminds me of the weight of sort of a linen fabric actually. So I think it would work really nicely for that pattern. It comes in sizes A to J. So for an A, it's a waist measurement of 24 inches and a hip measurement of 33 inches. And then for a J, it's 47.5 inch waist measurement, 54.5 inch hip measurement. So I am quite tempted to sew up the pants. I think out of the 3 patterns that I've talked about so far, the peppermint wide leg pants is the pattern that I'm sort of leaning towards, using this gorgeous fabric. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that one, because I think even if I don't get this finished for the Sew Frugal challenge, I will definitely turn this fabric into those pants. I just think they'd be really cool for the summer and spring. So the next pattern is a coat pattern, and it's by Mood Fabrics, and it's called the Hazel Coat. I've got a couple of pieces of wool fabric in my stash. So I've got a cobalt blue wool, which I'm going to be using to turn into the Sew Over It cocoon coat. But then I've got this wool that I bought a while ago from Rainbow Fabrics. It's tartan wool. It's a navy background, and I just absolutely love the tartan colours all over it. So it's sort of like a greeny colour, and then it's got red as well. And I think this fabric would be perfect for the Hazel Coat. So this is quite a lightweight wool. I mean, if I open it up, sort of medium weight, but it's got a little bit of drape and movement. So medium lightweight wool, and I think this would make the perfect, although it's quite a dark colour, which reminds me more of sort of winter colours. I do really love navy. I think it's a colour that really suits my colouring. And I think this would make a really lovely transitional coat as well, that would be perfect for springtime, when, like we've got weather today where it's sunny but still a little bit chilly and I just want to chuck something on. And also for the autumn, when we do get those warmer days but by the evening it's a little bit chilly. So I think this would work really nicely for the Hazel Coat, because it's described as a loose overcoat. It looks quite relaxed fit. It's got a clean and simple silhouette, deep front pockets, and then you can line the coat as well, and they recommend a silky lining. Fabric recommendations: they recommend a brushed wool, a twill, a cashmere and a wool coating. So this is a wool coating that I got from Rainbow Fabrics, so I think this would work really nicely. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually get this sewn up as part of the Sew Frugal, but I thought it was useful to share a coat pattern that's free. It comes in sizes 2 to 30. So for a size 2, it's a bust measurement that's 32.5 inches, a waist measurement of 24.5 inches and a hip measurement of 34.5 inches. And then for a 30, it's a 58.5 inch bust measurement, 49.5 inch waist measurement and 63 inch hip measurement. I really love the look of this coat. It looks like quite a relaxed fit and just quite a simple coat as well to sew up. So at some point I think I will tackle sewing this coat. So it's the Hazel Coat by Mood Fabrics. The next pattern selection is aimed at babies, and this is because I'm thinking about my friends that have just had babies. So I've got 3 patterns to talk to you about. They are by Patterns for Pirates, and they're patterns that I've sewn up loads before. So the first one is the Teeny Beanie, and I've actually got one. Where did I put it? I've actually got one that I sewed up, but I haven't parted with it yet. There's no reason why I haven't parted with it. I just think it's super cute. And it is using a Frida Kahlo jersey fabric that I got ages ago. I had an offcut. And the beauty of the Teeny Beanie is you don't need a huge amount of fabric. So if you've got offcuts of jersey fabric, you can definitely turn it into one of these. So this is the knotted version. There's also a version to just make it plain so you don't have the knot on top. And then there's also a version where you can add cute little bear ears, and it's just adorable. So this is my version using the Frida Kahlo fabric. I just think it's super cute. The Teeny Beanie is a basic just baby hat. It starts at preemie and goes up to 12 months. You only need 1/4 yard of fabric, so you don't need a huge amount to sew it up. So it's great if you've got those offcuts of jersey in your stash. And in terms of fabric recommendations, it just needs a jersey fabric. And it's a free pattern by Patterns for Pirates. So that's the knotted version. So you can do a knotted, bear ears, or you can do a plain hat. And then the next pattern from Patterns for Pirates, which again is free, it's called the Petite Pegs, and I have sewn this up as well. This comes in sizes preemie to 12 months, and you can do shorty length, what's described as bike length, capri, and ankle, and it's a really cute, quite simple sort of trouser pattern for babies. And then the other pattern to go with it, so you can make a really cute little set, is the Wee Lap Tee, which is a gorgeous little sort of top for babies. And again, it comes in the size preemie up to 12 months. You can do short sleeves, long sleeves, cuffed, hemmed, and there's also an option to do a banded bottom hem as well. And the 3 patterns just work really nicely together to make a little baby set. And I have got, where have I put it? I've got an offcut of some modal jersey, which I think would work beautifully, and it'd be really lovely and soft for a baby as well, just in this forest green. So I'm thinking of using this to sew up a little hat, some trousers and a little t-shirt as a present for one of my friends. And then I've got some more offcuts of jersey that I'm going to sew up to make those 3 things as well. So I just thought it was useful to include baby patterns as well. And then the next pattern that I wanted to talk about is a pattern that I've used quite a few times. I absolutely love it, and it's a skirt pattern by the Little Pomegranate, and it's called the Sabina skirt, and I have got the perfect fabric. So I've got this gorgeous, almost like a neon yellow. So again, this would be perfect for the Sew Yellow for Endo challenge. And I got this from Rainbow Fabrics. It's a viscose crepe, so it's got that crepe texture, and then it's got the pink sort of blush splodges all over it. Last time I checked, this had actually sold out, but it's absolutely gorgeous, and I think this would make the perfect Sabina skirt. So the Sabina skirt is a elasticated waist skirt that's got side pockets that are slightly sort of slanted. It's a gathered skirt and it sits on the waist, and then you've got a ruffle that goes along the bottom. I've made a couple of versions of this skirt pattern. It's super duper comfortable, really easy to sew up as well, and the instructions are amazing. In terms of fabrics for the Sabina skirt, they recommend cotton lawn, poplin, shirting, seersucker, viscose rayon, tencel, twill or crepe. So this would be perfect, and I think this would be a really lovely skirt for the spring summer as well. It comes in sizes 6 to 34. So for a 6, it's a 25-inch waist and a hip measurement of 34.5 inches. And then for a 34, it's a 51.5-inch waist measurement and 61-inch hip measurement. I absolutely love this pattern. It sews up really nicely. It's quite straightforward to sew up as well, and the instructions really hold your hand. If you were a beginner to sewing, you would definitely be able to tackle this, especially if you used a stable fabric like a cotton or a cotton lawn. Or a cotton poplin, but I think I'm going to use this viscose crepe, and I'm pretty sure I'm definitely going to get this sewn up as part of the SewFrugal22 challenge, and then it could also be part of the Sew Yellow for Endo challenge. I just absolutely love this fabric, and I feel like it needs to be turned into a skirt very soon so I can get lots of wear out of it. I absolutely love this fabric. I love the colour of it and the movement of the fabric as well. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be my SewFrugal22 entry. I just need to get a wiggle on and actually cut it out and sew it up. And then I've got a couple more patterns to talk to you about. So I've got 2 more patterns that I wanted to share with you, and they're both from Peppermint magazine. They're both summer dresses. The first one is the Bardon dress, which is a sleeveless bodice with gathered tiers, and it's also got pockets. I really love the look of the bodice, but also the gathered tiers on this dress, and I think you could definitely hack it to make it maxi length, because it's not a maxi length dress. It's got this gorgeous sort of curved neckline, quite narrow straps, no sleeves, and then it's got these gorgeous ruffled sort of gathered tiers. It comes in sizes A to L. So for an A, it's a high bust measurement of 29 inches, a bust measurement of 31 inches, a waist measurement of 24.4 inches, and then a hip measurement of 34.6 inches. And then for an L, it's a 51-inch high bust measurement, 53-inch bust measurement, 46-inch waist measurement, and a 56.3-inch hip measurement. In terms of fabric recommendations, I recommend light to medium weight with lots of drape, like a double gauze, silk noir, rayon, viscose. So this would be absolutely perfect, but I think this is going to become a Sabina skirt. But I have got some other fabrics in my stash that I think would work. So I've got this, which again is from Rainbow Fabrics. It's a leopard print. I think this would work beautifully. It's got such a gorgeous amount of drape, and I've got definitely enough of this to have a play around with. I think I've got 3 meters of this fabric, so I could actually hack the pattern and turn it into a maxi, because I think that would be absolutely beautiful in this fabric and easy to layer up as well, actually. And so this has got like a black background and then blues and whites, and it's almost like a leopard print. So this fabric I think would work really nicely for the Peppermint Bardon dress. and I've probably got some more sort of spring summer like viscoses in my stash as well that I could turn into the bardon dress. And then the final pattern that I wanted to talk about is the Peppermint Wide Strap Maxi. And I really love the look of this pattern as well. So it's got quite wide straps, and I really love the shape of it. It looks quite loose and quite relaxed fit. And then on the back of it, what I really love about this pattern is it's got this gorgeous sort of elastic that you insert into the back of the pattern, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I put a picture in of what it looks like with the elastic in, because that's what really sold this pattern to me. Absolutely gorgeous. So in terms of fabrics, they recommend linen, cotton or rayon, and I've got a couple of cottons, and I've got a linen fabric that I think would work perfectly for this. It's got side slits. It looks like it's quite a relaxed fit. It's got thick chunky straps, and then the bit on the back, I just absolutely love that feature. It's got this gorgeous elastic on the back, which creates a little bit of gathering, and it just looks like it sits beautifully on the back as well. In terms of sizes, it comes in an A to a J. So for an A, it's a high bust measurement of 28 inches, a bust measurement of 30 inches, a waist measurement of 24 inches, and a hip measurement of 33 inches. And then for a J, it's a 49.5 inch high bust measurement, 51.5 inch bust measurement, 45.5 inch waist measurement, and 54.5 inch hip measurement. And the fabrics that I've got that I'm considering, these are the fabrics that I'm considering. So the first one is this. I think I got this from Rainbow Fabrics again, actually. It's a linen viscose, and it's got tiny little orange sort of stripes going down, orange and white stripes. And I think that would make a really lovely maxi dress. I think it would be perfect for the summertime. I think it'd look absolutely gorgeous as a maxi dress. It's got a lovely amount of drape to it, this fabric. If I hold it up, you can see it's got a lovely amount of drape to it. A little bit crinkly. That's my only worry because of the linen content. But I think as a maxi dress that's quite relaxed fit, I think it would work perfectly. And then the other one is a brushed cotton that I've got in this gorgeous, I can't remember what it was described as. It reminds me of like rhubarb and custard sweeties. So it's a brushed cotton, and it's got pink and yellow sort of gingham effect. And I've had this in my stash for ages, not really sure what to turn it into. And if I open it up, it's brushed on one side and not on the other. And I think, again, this would make a really lovely maxi dress. I've got a couple of meters of this fabric, so hopefully enough to turn it into a maxi dress. And again, if I used this fabric, I could enter it into the Sew Yellow for Endo challenge. So that was all of the patterns that I wanted to share with you today as part of the SewFrugal22 challenge. So there are 8 patterns. 3 of them are baby patterns that kind of all go together, and I've made them as a set together as well. The patterns that I think I might go for is either the Sabina skirt using this gorgeous viscose fabric, or the peppermint wide leg pants using this brushed cotton fabric. I think they would both make beautiful spring summer garments. And then the other pattern that I really love the look of is the wide wide strap maxi using either of these fabrics. I've had this one for the longest in my stash, so I feel like this needs to be sewn into something, turned into something. So I think I could use this for the wide strap maxi. I think it'd make a gorgeous summer dress. I'm definitely going to use this for the Sabina skirt, and it's whether I'll have enough time to turn these into the wide strap maxi as well. Let me know in the comments below which pattern you think I should go for and which fabric. Let me know if you're taking part on what free pattern you're planning to use, and do go and check out all of the other bloggers that I mentioned at the start of this video. Do head over to Knots and Needles YouTube channel to go and watch their video today as well. And then tomorrow, who did I say it was? I need to find my notes again. And then tomorrow it's Sew for Serenity and Sew Small. So do go and check out all of the bloggers that have been taking part in the SewFrugal22 challenge so far on YouTube. I hope this video has helped you in terms of thinking of a free pattern that you're going to use, and provided some inspiration for you. I felt really inspired watching all of the other vloggers. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, it'd be great if you could hit that subscribe button. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.